Okay, this is the craziest thing. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. And I lived in Florida my entire life.
What? Those are all bugs.
Those are all bugs. I thought the restaurant was smoking. Those are all bugs. You can even see them flying, like, dude, you can't even tell on the video how many there are. There are millions and billions and trillions of bugs here right now. All of those lines, bugs. Oh my gosh. They're getting closer to me so you can start seeing them more. Oh, I cannot believe this. I've literally never seen anything like this in my entire life. How is this Ohio? It looks like it's pouring rain. It's literally not even raining. These are bugs. I cannot even fathom how many bugs are out here. This is absolutely absurd. Absurd. Oh my gosh.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, starting at 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand, well understand, that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Arachak Wadash. Double unto the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Shabbat Shalom, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad. Now I want to go from there to the book of Sirach, chapter 36. Starting at 1, it says, have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh. Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Let's go to Psalms 96, starting at the 3rd verse. And it says, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and is greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. Let's go from there to Deuteronomy, 4th chapter. This is Deuteronomy 4 and 32. It says, for I ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that the Most High Power created man upon the earth, and I asked from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether thou hast been any such thing as this great thing is, or have been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of the Most High speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and live? Or has the Most High essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation, by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Lord your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? Unto thee it was shewed, that thou mightest know that the Lord, he is God. There is none else beside him. And I'm reading all these precepts as it relates that the Most High is beginning to show his hand, his arm, slowly but surely, and showing you his power, his might. All right, showing signs and strange wonders that are appearing in the earth. And people are not seeing it, they're not paying attention. You'll be quick to, look at the news, and you'll see that, the newscasters, they'll report that there's a storm coming. There's, you got a storm watch, tornado watch. But like the Lord said, how is it that you could discern that, but you can't discern this time? Let's find that. This is Luke 12. And verse 54 says, and he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway you say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. You hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time? And we're definitely coming into that time. All right. And that's why it says this, Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And you got the plagues, you got the pestilences, you got wars or rumors of wars, right? You got all these things simultaneously happening in the earth. Uproars of the people. The beginning of sorrows, which is what we're coming into. So our eye must be more single than ever. You got to stay focused. Because we're only in the beginning stages. And it's only going to turn up from here on out. The Lord compared these times to a woman dealing with birth pains and contractions. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Starting at verse 37. And it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her great birth pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. All right, whether they be locusts filling up the skies, whether it be cicadas filling up the sky or covering your house, whether it be a bunch of twisters, ripping through your midlands, whether it be hurricane season with very devastating effects, whether it be all these illnesses, sicknesses, disease. It's not gonna be slack coming up on the earth, and the world shall mourn and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay. So this is what we're to look forward to. And at the same time, it should remind you of what the Lord did to ancient Egypt as well. Before a major deliverance, the Lord would show his hand and would show his miraculous ways, strange wonders. And let's go to the previous chapter. This is why the Lord said he's going to smite Egypt with plagues as before. 2nd Ezra 15 and 10 says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. And yeah, they definitely are, because they're led by false leaders, false prophets, heathens that they set king over themselves, like the president, for an example. You know, these are the those who lead them. Entertainers are their leaders that are compromised and sold out. They don't want to follow the true servants, the prophets. So they're led as a flock to the slaughter. It says, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. And we remember what the Lord did. 10 plagues. And the fame of it traveled all around the world. That once we came out of Egypt into the wilderness, the nations feared us. They were afraid of us. Right now, nobody fears the Heavenly Father. They fear man. They fear Esau. They fear the beast. So the Lord is finna get his respect back by showing you what his hand can do. It says, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And he's definitely working on that. All this devastating weather. Your infrastructure is all jacked up, bridges collapsing, you know, major cracks and potholes in the roads. It's not looking too good here. So, yeah, we're in serious times, brothers, and you few sisters out there, man. You know, so of course, you know, be alert. You know, constantly watching, being circumspect. You know, because the days are evil. So let me get one more precept, and that's we quote Yahushai. And I'm gonna read it in the AMP. And it says, but be on guard so that your hearts are not weighed down and depressed with the giddiness of debauchery, which is heavily goes on here in Babylon, the land of confusion, and a nausea of self-indulgence and the worldly worries of life. Because this is about to come to an end, this whole society. You know, this is we're in a falling empire. And Jake's still worried about, you know, the future. They're worried about, you know, how they see themselves from, you know, 20 to 30 years from now. All right. That's the worldly worries of life. Trying to build here. It's going to be like in the days of Noah, man. You're going to think that you out, you know, taking care of business, you know, and business is carried as usual. You eating and drinking, you being entertained, you're giving in marriage, you're doing all these different things. And then that day comes, right? All these worldly things are all distractions that you don't need at this point in time. That you live your life and you use this world, but not as abuse it, but continue to pay attention, stay attentive to the prophecies. Pay attention to the signs and wonders that the Lord is showing. so that you don't turn to the left or to the right. It says, and then that day, when the Messiah returns, will not come on you suddenly like a trap, for it will come upon all those who live on the face of all the earth. But keep alert at all times, be attentive and ready, praying that you may have the strength and ability to be found worthy and to escape all these things that are going to take place and to stand in the presence of the Son of Man at his coming. And with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. Shabbat Shalom, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful tabernacle of David. Until then, I say, Shalom.